Hey you guys, welcome back to my page. Welcome to part 2. Welcome to part 2 of the project that we started yesterday. Already Facebook is giving me problems, you guys. So hopefully we can get through this. Say hello when you jump on. Hit that heart button for me. And I'm going to give you a keyword to type in here in just a second. The keyword for tonight is heat. H-E-A-T, heat. Type heat in the comments, you guys. H-E-A-T, heat. I'm Laura with Chocolate to Chocolate Designs. And let me see if by chance we just might actually, you know what, before I even try to do that, I'm going to exit out of all of this extra stuff I got going on my screen right now. And then I'm going to refresh. And then I'll see if I got comments. Hopefully they scroll tonight. Because, man, we've been struggling with comments lately. Oh, my goodness. Let me say hi to everybody who's so far. Hi, Deb. Hi, Lynn. Hello, Pam. Hey, Missy. Hey, Florine and Lori. Hello, Susan. Hi, Linda. Hi, Hope. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Lisa Marie. Hi, Deb. Hi, Linda. Hello, Brenda. Hi, Rachel and Terry. I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see. Lynn Marie Dolbeck says sprinkled, and it's not saying sprinkled on my thing. So I think once again, you guys, the comment section is still not working. I'm going to try one more thing really quickly just to see if it's only when I scroll down. You dozed off for a few minutes. Oh no, me too. All right, I see Carol's on now. Hi, Sandy. Heat is the key word. And I don't think that I'm going to get comments going on there again tonight, you guys. And I'm sure that my son is probably not going to let me have my tablet to try it on there. So we're going to squint and get close up, just like we've been doing the last couple of days. Because that's kind of what we got to do. Hey, Janet. Oh. But it's the only way I can do it. Hello, everybody. Welcome. So last night we actually started a project. And I did go back and I learned a little bit more about this Pentart fine line crackle medium that we picked up and we tried for the first time yesterday. And some people were saying go ahead and hit it with the heat gun right now with the first layer. Some people, what I had read, y'all, what I had read was, hi Linda, hello Sandy, was that the first coat, the one that you do with the white component 1, you're supposed to let air dry for a few hours. And I've seen both things. So if you actually go to the Pentart site, it does say that you can speed it up with a dryer. But when you go to people who are creators for Pentart, they're going let it sit. So for best results. So kind of up to you what you want to do. Oh, thank you, Sandy. Yeah, this is an old sweatshirt for sure. I'm digging stuff out of my closet. I don't want to keep refreshing. It's too frustrating because then I refresh and I only get like a couple of comments. And then it stops again. Hi, Maxine. Hi, Ro. Hello, Christine and Tiffany. Hello, everybody. Comments are still not scrolling tonight just like they weren't yesterday. It's frustrating. I know it's frustrating. They'll scroll on my phone, but not on my computer for some reason, which is really strange. Really, really strange. All right, so we're going to go ahead and open up this right here. This is the Fine Line Crackle Varnish component number 2. Oh, shucks. I have no water. We're going to get through this. All right? And y'all, my throat is so dry already. All right, so I'm going to grab out, I think I'm going to use one of these sponge brushes today just because this stuff right here is really, you gotta wash your paintbrushes with like a paint thinner, that kind of stuff, in order to to get this out of your brushes. So if you've got a sponge brush like this that's clean, you could use one of these and then just toss it. These things are so incredibly cheap. I got a million of them. So we're going to use a sponge brush tonight to apply this. And then we will be able to heat this up, okay? So hopefully you guys are coming back after seeing part of this yesterday. Bought a bunch of new clothes from Costco today. Loving buying new sizes. Yes. Hi, Denise. All right, so we're just going to brush this on. Now, the thing about this stuff is the thicker that you put it on, the larger your cracks are going to be. And the thinner that you put this on here, the thinner your cracks are going to be. Okay, that's what it says. That's what it says. So I'm actually going to spread this not too terribly thin, but thin enough. Because I do kind of want that glass porcelain look. But I also want to make sure I cover everything. All right. So this is component number 2. We put component number 1 on yesterday. And I don't want to overdo it. But I also want to make sure I didn't miss any spots. Okay, you guys, I think we're good. I think we're good just like that. I'm doing fairly thin coats of this Crackle Medium. This is Pentart Crackle Medium. It's a 2-step fine line crackle varnish, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to heat this thing up and we're going to dry it. Now, it does say not to get too close and to use medium heat to do this, okay? Hi, Elizabeth. Hello, everybody. Comments are still not scrolling on my computer, so I'm going to have to keep refreshing as much as I can to see you guys all. Hey, Karen. And just do the best I can, okay? Hi, Corey. Hello, everybody. So I'm going to kind of hold this back, keep it moving so I don't burn anything. And we're going to go ahead and dry up this Crackle Varnish. This is our second coat, our component number 2, which is kind of a brown color when you put it on here. And we're just going to see what happens with it. Hi, Margie. Might take a minute. Ooh, I almost lost my cap, you guys. It might take a minute to dry it this way, okay? But, or if you want to, you can just step away from it, let it dry naturally. It'll take a few hours, or let it dry overnight. But you want to make sure it's good and dry before you put the next coat on here, okay? Heat is the key word. Got your napkin bundle today. You're so welcome. I'm glad you love them. Hi, Wanda. Dare I? Dare I go faster? I dare. I dare you guys. I can already see the little crackles in it and I love it. Oh, y'all. Wait till you see it. This is going to be so cool. I do have it a little thicker up here in the handle, though. You love the ribbons? You got yours too. So did Evan cook today? No, he didn't cook today. But you guys, I forgot to tell you another story, okay, about what happened over the weekend. So for those of you who have been with me for a while, I keep freezing. Oh, that's frustrating. We are having bad weather tonight, so I wonder if that's part of it. For those of you who have been with me for a while, I've told you guys before about the little neighborhood boy, okay? The little neighborhood boy who seems to have no self-control, no boundaries at home. We've talked about him several times, okay? Very young mom. And he likes to come over here to play with Evan. And I don't know if this boy is just accident prone or what. But Evan had this like really favorite, hi Sissy, favorite toy that we 3D printed. And it got taken outside. And then that neighbor boy came over. Evan dropped that toy off the treehouse, and it landed just below the treehouse. And that neighbor boy, he wasn't even here for 20 minutes yet, picked up Evan's new toy that he had printed just a couple weeks ago, tried to throw it back up to Evan, and smacked it right into the tree and shattered it. Broke Evan's little heart. And I swear, every time this kid comes over, within the first 20 minutes, he's broken something. Every time. Hi, Jessica. When he came back today, fortunately today he wasn't here long and he didn't break anything. But then they came back again. He came back again at like 8 o'clock at night. It's starting to get dark. It just finished raining. It's nasty outside. Really nasty outside. And I'm like, no, Evan can't go outside to play with you. It's nasty outside. It just finished raining. And it's dark outside. I just touched a piece. And so I sent him on his way, you guys. And as soon as he leaves my driveway, I printed him a new one. He's got a brand new one now in another color, so he's happy again. But as soon as this kid leaves my driveway, I hear a horn honk because he almost got hit by a car. And then he starts riding his bike down the busy road at dark, no reflectors on his bike, dark clothes on, and car after car honking at him to get out of the road. I don't even know, y'all. I don't even know what to do. All right, let's see if this is dried up everywhere. I think it is now. And it looks so good. All right, now, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this or not. Maybe you can when I hold it up into the light. Just a bad situation, you guys. Just a bad situation. What does that say? Slep Rock from the Flintstones? Slate Rock? I agree with that. He is a liability. Oh my gosh. So I don't really think that I want to go talk to the mom. I've met her a couple of times. She, at Walmart, I've run into her, you guys. He's 10. Oh, so for a long time his mom was in prison. And she's all of maybe 26 and he's 10. And the people that she hangs around with are like the people that they make videos about Walmart about, you know? Ugh. Not somebody I want to go confront. All right, let me see if you guys can see in the light here. Oh, you can see it. See, you guys see all those little crackles in there? All those fine, detailed cracks in there so that it kind of looks like porcelain now. But when you come back here, you really can't see that. So what we're going to do, we're going to fill in those cracks, okay? So I've got a project here called Rub and Buff. Rub and Buff. And I also think I'm going to cut up just a little bit of my wax towel. Hopefully a clean part of this, if I have a clean part. Thank you. It's so shiny. It's so beautiful. So I've got Rub and Buff here, and I think I'm just going to use a piece of paper towel. No, I'm not, you guys. Here's what I'm going to do. I have these little bitty pieces of board eraser. They're just small little pieces of board eraser. And is that what I want to use? No, I don't want to use that. I'm going to use a piece of towel for rub on and a piece of towel for rub off. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill in these cracks, okay? Hi, Kim. I'm going to use gold, antique gold Rub and Buff. So I've had this stuff for a while. I haven't used it very often, but we're going to try this on here, okay? So I'm just going to put a little bit of this on this towel. I'm going to fold this a couple more times, though, just so I don't get it all over my fingers. And we're going to rub this Rub and Buff right into all of these cracks, okay? And this is what's going to finish it off and give that most awesome effect on here. And like I said, it just goes down into all of those cracks, and then you can rub it right back off. And it's so stinking cool. So right now I'm just filling it in, and then I'm going to come back with that towel again and give it a good buff. So rub and buff. That's why it's called Rub and Buff, you guys. Because you rub it on there and then you buff it back off. I just didn't want it on my hands because I'm like that. All right, and then we're just going to take our Rub and Buff. I might have to grab. Why do I always struggle with this stuff? I'm going to get a little bit of alcohol on my hands, I think, or on my face. Why am I using that? I've got these sprayers right here. Just a touch of some alcohol on here, and that should help rub that off. Yep, that's the alcohol. Why do I always struggle with the Rub and Buff, you guys? There it goes. I just need more alcohol. The darkness won't rub off. Did I do too? No, it's rubbing off, you guys. It's rubbing off. I just had to use a little bit of alcohol to get that Rub and Buff to come off. Hi, Vicki. And our chalk paste shouldn't come off because it's already sealed in with that first coat. All the other stuff shouldn't come off because it's already sealed in with that first coat. So I'm just spraying it down with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. And then giving it a good buff to get all of that excess Rub and Buff off of there. You used the gilding wax and you weren't happy with the result. Is it because It did the same thing that the Rub and Buff just did, where it kind of stayed on a little heavier than you wanted it to. Because this, I think, is going to be your trick too. Just grab a little bit of rubbing alcohol. My squirter is empty. And give it a good buff with some rubbing alcohol. So we're not trying to rub it out of the cracks. Oh, I think it looks great, but I need more alcohol. Story of my life, I need more alcohol, you guys. Oh, Pam says the gilding wax buffs off better than the Rub and Buff. Well, that's good to know. I am getting this off, though. And it's still staying in the cracks. I just got to work at it a little bit more. Until I'm happy with it. Which might be just about now. Ah, Rub and Buff dries too fast. That makes sense. I'm still able to make this work, though. And I still get that old porcelain look with it, which is what I was going for. You guys, I think that this is super cute. I think it looks super cute. So now you guys can see all of these really fine, detailed cracks that are in here. And once you do this, you need to let it sit for about a day. And then you can put a sealer on here if you want a sealer, okay? But let me show you guys what we've got with the Rub and Buff. Oh, I got a big old spot right there I was able to rub out real quick. And how that looks. And you guys, look at that crackle finish on there. It just makes it look old. And you can choose different colors if you want to of either Rub and Buff or the gilding wax. I didn't know that they were going to be such a big difference between the two. And I've seen people use the Rub and Buff, but like you guys said, it's a little bit harder to rub off, isn't it? But I still think it's awesome. What do you guys think? Looks good to you? Very antique, cracky look. Very shiny. Just filled in all of those cracks. It looks a lot more, like I said, antique looking now. So now we've just got our bow from yesterday. It's cool looking. Thank you. Got our bow from yesterday that we're going to put on here, but of course I didn't have my gun plugged in. My, you guys, glue gun plugged in. And I found the cutest little button here that we're going to glue on to this bow right in the middle. It's just a little flower. And these are flower buttons from the Hobby Lobby. They're super cute. And so as soon as I've got some glue, we're going to finish putting this together, and I'm going to call this one good, okay? All right, let's go ahead, and while we wait for that, I'm going to just move on to the next project. Because, you guys, tonight is the last night for several things, okay? It is, well, for two things, really. It's the last night for buy one, get one free heat set transfers. You can use the crackle on all sorts of stuff. Glass, wood, pretty much anything, Janet. Pretty much anything. So tonight's the last night for the buy one, get one heat set transfers. And it's also The last night to join as a Perks member to save 30% all day, every day on my site for just $1. So your first month is only $1. The end of next month, you'll pay $20 and you'll instantly get back $20 in product credit. Okay, so that's how that works. And you'll want to make sure that you use up your $20 product credit every month so that your membership is basically free. So we're going to do a couple more heat set projects tonight, which are fairly easy to do. Turn that on. I forgot something else. I'm always forgetting things, you guys. I'll tell you what. I'm a mess. Oh my gosh, girl, use them up. All right, so we're going to start this off with a very simple project. Oh, that's awesome. We're going to start off with a really, really simple project using the heat set transfers. Okay, so this right here is one of our spiral notebooks. And I don't know about you guys, I use a notebook for everything all day, every day. I always have a notebook that I'm making notes in. Hi, Belia. Because I can't keep track of my life without it. I forget things. That should be a heat set transfer in and of itself. I forget things. I would totally wear that as a shirt. Oh, this is, y'all, my battery's dead. No wonder. I wonder how I have any glue. So we're going to go ahead and use one of these notebooks right here. These are just our regular old notebooks. And we're going to do one of these heat set transfers that I think is so stinking cute. Now, we might make a couple projects with this just because I got a bunch of stuff that Carol sent me. And if there's extra pieces in here, we just might be able to put that together into something else as well. Hi, Chris. Has the new club come out yet? It's not available yet, but if you're a designer, you can find it in the resource library, the images. You have to have a notebook to remind you what your name is. I also did a this or that on my page the other day that shows the new one for April. Okay, you guys, so when you get these heat set transfers, here's the thing. They are buy one, get one free right now. What that means is you can buy this pack here and you can get this pack for free. You have to add 2 to your cart for it to be buy one, get one free. But each one of these already has 2 in it. If you're getting the smaller sizes. Once you get into the bigger sizes, then you only get 1 of each in that package. But y'all add them to your cart in multiples of 2 because the second one is your free one. And if you leave it in the store, you can't take it home for free, right? That's just kind of how it goes. You already ordered your April club? Yes, I did too. It should be here soon. Friday. It's coming Friday, you guys. I won't even be able to do it tomorrow, I don't think, because I haven't gotten it yet. And normally on the first of the month, we do the new club. So, there's that. So this one right here is called, what is this one? Pleasant Picnic Heat Transfer. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and just start off, I think. No, it's going to go right on there, you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just put this right underneath here. Line it up with my book, where I want it to go. And then I'm going to just draw a line with my pencil, and I'm going to cut that out, okay? Because that's the spot that we can use. And if I would, well, this one really wouldn't want to turn because of where the butterflies are. So this is like fast and easy way to make yourself a cool little notebook. You could also put a transfer on top of this if you wanted to. and put a design on top. Now I've still got all these pieces here. I'm not going to throw this away because look, you guys, we still have so many awesome pieces that we can use. And I bet you I can probably even find something really quickly like this right here. Carol sent me a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, let's do this one too. We'll do them both. Because Carol sent me this little keychain that's super cute. And so we'll do this one as well, okay? And you can use up all of the little pieces of this heat set transfer. So this is going to be really, really simple on this one. Oh, you guys, I have glue. We can finish this one now. Big old honkin' chunk of glue right there. Yay! All right, I'll show you that in a minute with glue sets. All right, so now that we've got this piece right here cut out, just like so, I'm going to put this right here on the book. And grab my little, this thing here, you guys, is my heat protector so that I don't accidentally melt this part of my table. And I've got my heat press right now on and set to 360 degrees. Hopefully I can get this close enough. If not, I've got my other little one over here to help. But I gotta change my time. So we're gonna go up to 60 seconds. And we're gonna put a piece of parchment paper on top. Okay? So let's see what happens. I got too much stuff going on, y'all. Let's just see what happens. Let's go ahead and throw this right on top here. This is Teflon sheet. On Amazon. Just type in cutting mat on Amazon and you'll find it. I don't have a link for it, Kim. All right, we're just going to put this right down on here. And I'm going to let this go for 60 seconds. And you guys, I'm going to give this a press, okay? And just see what happens on these notebooks. You can heat transfer on paper. Well, this is the outside cover of it. So it does have a cardboard in the middle. So that's why I'm thinking this is going to work. We're going to find out together. It's either going to be a pass or a fail. But we're going to try it. Because it's white and it's not something that we're going to wash. Yes, the Teflon sheets are reusable. They sure are. Over and over and over again. So we're going to find out here in just a second, you guys. We've got 16 seconds left. 14. And we're going to see if this works. 7, 6. I didn't tape it down. Hopefully it didn't shift. Hopefully I had a steady hand and I didn't shift it, you guys. Because I did not tape it. All right, let's see what happened with it. I'm going to grab my gloves just in case because it's probably going to be hot. Do you think it worked? Because I think it did. I think it probably did. You don't use tape most of the time? You guys. I feel like I should have taped it. Something was going on here. I wonder, oh, you guys, I had alcohol spray. I wonder if that made a difference on it. No, that way evaporated. Something happened here and I don't know what. Maybe it's because this particular book has like a wax coating on it before you even get started, but it's still, I think that that's super, super cute, you guys. And it did kind of bend my cardboard just a little bit, but it did work on there for our notebook, okay? But it has a wax coating on it, so I think that that right there kind of melted the coating as we were working on it. The only thing I can think of as to why it did that, unless I set it down and got it wet, was, oh, there is still alcohol on my table. That could have been the problem too. Oh, Carol says it's because I didn't have equal pressure, so it ghosted. That's what she says I just did. I didn't have equal pressure, you guys. But if you have equal pressure and you tape it down and you do it the right way, it should work on these notebooks or on other notebooks that are not chalk suede, that don't have the wax on there. Should totally work. I'm going to wipe down my surface now, just to be sure. Hi, Belia. That it wasn't because I had some alcohol on my table, okay? It does still look pretty. I will still use it for writing on, and it's better than just plain white, right? All right, let's check out this other thing that Carol sent me that's super, super cute. And they're just little keychains, okay? So we still have pieces of our heat set transfer left over. Don't toss those, because you can use them for a whole bunch of stuff like this, okay? So let's go ahead. This time I'm going to use my tape. And I want to make sure that I get that flower in there. So I'm just going to roll that around and tape it on the back side. And then pull it tight and do it again on this side. Okay, so now I've got that really pretty design on there. Hopefully I'm not freezing up for you guys. I feel like I'm freezing up for myself. And we're going to set this down here. And once again, we're going to do, I'm not going to do the big heat press this time though. I'm going to use my small one. Even though it's not technically a heat press and I cannot control the temperature of it, it's small enough that I think I can get the entire thing covered. Take the coating off. Is there a coating on the keychain? Really? No, there's no coating on this keychain. It's stitched. There's definitely nothing on there coating it. Not that I can see anyway. All right, so I'm just going to put this sheet back on here again. This is a Teflon sheet. If you don't have one of these, you can just use parchment paper. Oh no, Carol! And I'm going to go ahead and just try to press this entire thing all at one time with this. Okay, 60, 59, 50. I also don't have a timer going. So we'll just hope for the best. Oh, I have the clock on my phone. Hi, Nancy. I did, but I'll show it again. I just glued the bow on there. Just to be sure. Hi, Belia. I don't think that I missed anything, but just to be sure. You have coating on the ones that you have. Hi, Annette. I'm again struggling with comments tonight, you guys. All right, let's just see how that worked out. Obviously, that wasn't even pressure either. But, oh, this is beautiful. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at how pretty that keychain is. And that's just with spare pieces. I'll try to get my face out of the way so it'll focus on it. That's just with the spare pieces. And you could totally take a whole bunch of these to a workshop and sell these babies. And that's just with the stuff that you would have thrown away, the spare scrap parts of your heat transfers, you guys. Highly, highly, highly recommend this. That's going right on my keychain. I'm not selling this one, you guys. I love this too much. Thank you, Carol, for sending me these so I could use them up and not waste my scraps. Isn't that gorgeous? And now it matches my notebook. I could do a whole set of things and sell them as a set at a marketplace. So pretty, right? So pretty. And there's still enough left that I could do a whole bunch more. Y'all, I could do a whole bunch more on here. Okay? All right, so let's move on to our last project for tonight. I've got one more that we're going to do real quick. And it's also a heat set because we've got, remember, they're buy one, get one free. So this would be one, and then you can pick another one. So I decided to pick another one. But if you missed it, here is the results of last night's. After we did the crackle stuff on there, and you can see all of the fine line cracks. I just can't figure out which way to hold it for you to see those fine line cracks the best. But it just looks porcelain cracked. Thank you. Look, I think there are marigolds on there. I think that there are. Thank you. Oh, all right. So you guys, we have one more project we're going to do really quick. Again, this is not a heat transfer surface because our heat transfer ones are currently out of stock. Just want a lid for something. I don't know what it goes to. Oh, now I know. That's what it goes to. Thank you. Try one on the paper page of the notebook. Not tonight, Pam, because I want to get done what I can do, but I can try it on just a paper page probably tomorrow and maybe do, no, tomorrow's the first of the month. Holy cow, I got a lot going on tomorrow. Maybe on Thursday. Hi, Arlene. Hi, Linda. You guys, the first of the month is always extremely, extremely busy for me because not only do I have all my own stuff that I try to get prepared for the VIP group, but then I also take all of the stuff and all the work that I do and I modify it and I share it with 2 different groups so that other designers can also use the same stuff that I do. So I put in tons of hours and a lot of work and then really take one for the team and just share all of my designs and everything. So that's the first of the month. I have lots of responsibilities. So So Allie's friend left today, you guys, and then I finally got a hold of Evan's friend's dad, and Evan's friend is coming over on Thursday and staying until Saturday. So this mama is not getting like a break for spring break. Instead, I'm giving my kids a buddy system so they can leave me alone. But they are tearing up my house in the process. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. All right, so you guys, this time we're going to use the bicycle one, okay? This is the bicycle. And I thought that I had the same transfer that I've got in the cart, or that the same tote that I've got in the cart link, but I don't. I have a different one that's a little bit smaller. So the one in the cart link is actually, I think, larger than this one here. And we're going to do a tote bag that's not necessarily a sublimation tote. It's a darker color. Yeah. So before we put our transfer on there, I'm going to go ahead, and you guys might have some of these from previous club months. But I'm just going to give this a little press with my heat press just to get this as smooth as I possibly can. And we're going to put this one on this tote. Oh yeah, that's so much better. So much better. Because remember, as long as you don't plan to wash it, and I don't plan to wash the tote. You love the bicycle? Me too. As long as you don't plan to wash the tote, then you don't have a problem, okay? Ooh, now that's really hot. To cool it down just for a second so I can position this thing without having too many issues. All right, let's make sure that it's laying nice and flat on here. Hello, Belia. And we're going to take our bicycle and put it right on that bag as centered as I can possibly get it, making sure that it's completely on that padding thing. And then we're going to tape this down. Really had a tough time with the totes today. Not enough pressure. Good to know. I'll make sure I put down extra pressure on this one. Had a great day with your 2.5-year-old granddaughter on your birthday. Happy birthday, Wendy! You guys, big old shout out to Wendy on her birthday today. If I put one on a shirt, I can't wash it. So Sandy, if you're going to put it on a shirt, it needs to be a sublimation shirt or have at least, I think Carol said 60% polyester, or you need to get a sublimation spray to spray on a cotton shirt to make it to where you can use it with sublimation. It will work. I need it to be this width. It will work on a cotton shirt, but every time that you wash it, it's going to fade more and more and more. So in order to get it to stay with each wash, you need to make sure that it's at least 60% polyester, okay? Or that you can get it at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or even on Amazon and type in sublimation shirt blanks, and you can find them there. And I'm probably using way more of this than I need to. I'm going to pull my pockets out just so that those aren't underneath it. There we go. I'll try to make this as flat as I possibly can. There we have it. All right, you guys, 360 for 60 seconds. And again, you're going to want a piece of parchment paper or a piece of Teflon sheeting to go over this. We're going to put this down covering the entire transfer, turn it on, and I'm going to lean on it and try to give it as even pressure as I possibly can. Okay? Do you need to spray your bag with a sublimation spray? So if I was going to wash this bag, if I plan to put this in the wash machine and wash it, then yes, I would want to spray it first. If I don't plan to wash it, then you don't need to spray it. Okay, so the spray and the sublimation shirts are just to make them machine washable in a sense, right? Y'all, we have 20 seconds left. Today's your dad's birthday in heaven. Oh, Denise, well, happy birthday to your dad. It's not the right one beeping at me, y'all. Carol says they sell them at Walmart. They're very soft and they're less than $6 for the sublimation shirts, for the polyester ones. All right, you guys, I'm going to turn this off. We're going to lift it straight up. And let's see what happens on a bag that's not necessarily made for sublimation. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it just like this, you guys. Are you ready? I don't know about you guys, but I think that that worked out just fine. On that tote, I think it's super, super cute. I even love the fact that it's got that the tote is canvas, and so it's got that that canvas look to it. But now that I've got that on there, and that's set, that's good to go. I knew that turned off. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put a transfer on here as well, just to show you that you can layer these images, okay? Now we're doing a lot of projects tonight, apparently, but they're fast and they're easy. Remember, this is the last night to get these heat set transfers at buy one, get one free. And it's also your last night to join our perks program for just $1 and get 20% off. So you guys might have already seen this done. Other designers have had this idea. I'm totally using it tonight because it is such a great idea. I don't want to pass it up. So this transfer is called Lead You Home. It's called Lead You Home, you guys. May your journey always lead you home. It is absolutely perfect for this particular transfer. So we're going to grab out our ink mat. Hopefully I can find a good ink mat right now, because I have so many of them and they're all over the place. I feel like this one's too big. I have a smaller one. But where is it? Oh my goodness, y'all. I can never find what I'm looking for when I'm looking for it. Here we go. Now I found it. Is Lead You Home new? It's new as of our spring collection. So it's not old. It's been around since early February. I think February 10th was when that one launched. But it's not been around for a long, long time, okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take my ink mat and put it right in here. And this is just to keep my ink from going through to the back side of this. And I'm going to pull it right up there to that stitching if I can. Now, I do need to be careful because it only goes to here. And we're going to stick that down. And I'm going to make these words go right over top of that bicycle, y'all. Y'all ready for this? So we don't need to fuzz it. I'm not going to do the leafy parts. We're just going to do the words. So I'm going to start off with the words, may your journey. And I'm going to use 2 different colors tonight. Did a t-shirt earlier with the both. And then I needle stitched. Ooh, I bet that looks awesome. So we're going to do may your journey. We're going to do 2 different colors tonight. We're going to do pastel ink to match the greenery and black. Black velvet. Both of these ink colors. And just grab out a mini squeegee and a mini squeegee. So another easy project, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to use the pastel for the word may your. And then we're going to come back in with the black velvet. Do you have pictures on your page of it? I already forgot what you were talking about. Oh, you meant on Carol's page? I'm really struggling to see comments today, you guys. Again, still, I don't know what's going on with Facebook. They don't like me, apparently. They don't like a lot of us people who are keeping other people on their platform watching videos late at night, making them money, showing ads that they don't want. And for some reason, they treat us this way. Thank you. And it wasn't my idea. Somebody else totally did this together first, but it is so perfect together that it would have been thought of regardless. I don't know who did it first. So may your journey. Let's make sure I get that all covered there. We're going to pull it up slowly so that if we missed anything, we can come back in and do it over. I missed the part of that J up there. And I missed that part of the Y right there. So we're just laying it back down and making it thicker or filling it in. Part of that O. Part of the J right there. How am I missing so many parts, y'all? Like the entire bottom section of all of these letters. Did not get enough ink. Oh my goodness. I love it so far. Love it so far. What do you guys think? May your journey. You guys, so pretty. I'm going to go ahead and dry this up though. And just so that I don't accidentally mess anything up. So I don't want to smudge it. Oh, shucks. Turn off the heat press before using this bad boy. I will blow a fuse. And then everybody will be upset with me. I need my own fuse box just for my craft room, you guys. My own fuse box. All right, so that part's dry. I'm going to go ahead and grab out that ink mat now. And I'm going to slide this down as far as I can get it. Because we're going to space this out a little bit. Thank you. And I'm going to grab this right here and put this up here just to be sure that I don't get any of the ink that was on the back of this on there. So I'll move it down once I get this positioned. You sorry. Okay. That's just going to help me to keep any of the ink that was on my transfer from doing the other part from getting on my bag, okay? Always leave you home. And I'm not going to do these little leafy pieces, just the words, because we've got enough design on here already. We're going to stick with the green and black, just like we had before. The smaller letters are in green. And the larger letters are in black. That way, if it happens to blend in too much, that's my only concern with the green, is that it might blend in too much. All right, let's try the black. And just make sure that you've got no air bubbles here. So tug and pull at your bag if you need to. I think I'm going to start on the bottom, just because that's where it's wanting to pull up. And I can hold it down that way. We're so close, you guys. So close. All right, wipe off my extra. Let's see how this turns out. My O needs more. Right in there and in there. Okay, what I thought might happen happened, but I still think, oh, it's still super cute. Your bag, though, is going to be longer and not as wide. So this will work even better on the other bag. I just didn't have any of those ones left. So I used the one that came with the July Club of last year because I had an extra. And I thought I ordered the other one. I just don't know what happened to it. Okay. Here we go. I want to spray that down really, really well. And right now, I'm even going to spray that with some power wash because that black ink really does like to stain those transfers. So the faster you can put some power wash on there, the easier that's going to be to come up. All right, you guys. Thank you. my jars away, dry this up, and then we can heat set this really fast, okay? And then this one right here will be completed as well. You guys, last chance for buy one, get one free heat transfers is today. And there's a bunch of them that already sold out too. Now that does not include the ones that are licensed. So it does not include the Seinfeld. It does not include any of the Butterbeer ones or Harry Potter or anything like that. It's only the ones that are regular heat set transfers, okay? You guys, I feel so antisocial, but I know that I'm missing so many comments. It's frustrating. Okay. Now, hopefully that's still heated up well enough. Now we're going to pull out our ink mat. You guys, you do not want to heat set your project with that mat on the inside. And we're going to do the same thing with this now that we did with just the heat set transfer. Just the heat transfer. We're going to put this back down on our little pad piece here. We're going to put our Teflon sheet or parchment paper on top. Then now I want my temperature at 350 and my timer at 30 seconds. Okay. And we're just going to put this right down on here. And you don't have to apply pressure with the ink. Just let it heat set, okay? Just let it set. It's hard, isn't it, Carol? I went through that when I first started too. Trust me, I did. I try so hard to jump on and watch your videos, but your videos are always dinner time when I'm trying to cook. Always at dinner time. All right, so there it was, 30 seconds, you guys. Now I can turn this thing off. And this is good to go. Now I still will not wash this. I could have used paste on this if I wanted to. And then I wouldn't have even needed to heat set this, but there we have it, you guys. All of our heat set projects tonight. They're so stinking cute. We've got our tote bag that's still steaming right now. May your journey, hopefully you can see those words that are in green, always lead you home. Super, super cute. Changing the heat is easy. It doesn't go down instantly. Like if it was at 360, you got to give it some time to go down to 350. But I also had to unplug mine in order to dry this. So it had gone down to 300. I was able to do it, go back up to 350, and it happened fast. So remember, it takes time to cool down if you're going down in temperature. All right, so there's that one, you guys. Then we've got our notebook. We've got our matching keychain. So many great things tonight. And we finished up the crackle project from last night with the napkins. So you guys, which one is your favorite? The tote, the notebook and keychain, or the bunny cutting board? The cutting board with the crackle finish. And I'm going to try this again, but I'm going to try it with the gilding wax instead and see if that makes a difference. Or if I like it better. You guys, I'm still here. I don't know what happened. Facebook just kicked me off again. Ah! But I was able to restart it really fast to let you guys know that's what we've got going on. I'm so, so sorry that keeps happening to me. I do not know why. I don't know if Facebook is putting a time limit on lives now or what, but it's not being kind to me at all. You like them all? Thank you. All right, you guys, that's it for tonight. I'm going to get everything all cleaned up, and I'm going to go ahead to bed because I am tired, but I do like spring break because it means I get to sleep in the morning a little bit more. So you guys are fantastic. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions at all with anything, please send me a message. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. But usually after my lives, I kind of go MIA until the morning so that I can get things cleaned up around my house and head to bed at a decent hour, okay? All right, you guys, thanks so much. You like the money cutting board? It's happening to everybody. Oh. All right, you guys, thanks so much. Before I get kicked off of Facebook again, I'm going to go ahead and head out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye, everybody.